Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome. It is time for Naturally Inspired Radio this Thanksgiving week. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and of course, we're going to be off for the holiday. But I want to just say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm very excited because I'm going to be making bread tomorrow. I'm going to be baking. I'm going to be doing all the things, getting ready for the big meal. And I love doing that stuff. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited for the holiday as well, and that you're going to be spending it with some people that you love and enjoy the holiday together. Oh, man, I've got a great topic to talk to you about today. There was a podcast that dropped. I guess it was maybe yesterday. But I just listened to it. Actually, I just got done listening to it as I was preparing for the show. I had it on, and there was just some moments in it where I felt like, oh my gosh, just connected, right? Like something has shifted here, and maybe you feel it too. And I don't really know exactly what it was. I don't know if it was like the lack of disclosure or the obstruction of the Epstein files and that, the slowing of the release of those. I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was just, a lot of things not going the way that many of us expected them to go or had hoped that they would go recently. I don't know if it's Charlie Kirk. I don't know if it's MTG. I don't know if it's the attacks on Ron Paul, Thomas Massey, and the likes of people that, don't toe the party line. But maybe it's all of it. Maybe it's all of it. But for me, I have felt disconnected from the left-right paradigm for years. I never felt connected to a party, like a Republican Party. I never have. I never have. And I certainly never felt connected to the Democrat Party, right? Like I just felt kind of homeless. And but that's not unusual for me because I don't really like groups. I don't like groups. I always feel like a group turns into something dishonest almost. When you've got a big label on it, and it's a group, we all stand for this. How's it possible that many people all stand for this? It feels dishonest to me because most of the time issues are nuanced and we all have different life experiences that we have been through, and that shapes our beliefs and our values. So like with broad strokes, you can be like, well, I kind of fall over here and this is the way I live my life with these beliefs and values. So I support kind of this a little bit more than that. And that's probably true authenticity for most people, right? But they vote this way or they vote that way because it's the closest, right? So I've always kind of felt like I didn't belong in either one of the groups. And, but I feel like right now, we're at kind of a serious, moment where there's not a lot of like outrage or like, I can't believe this. And, but it's not really outrage. It's like calm. It's very calm and very, this is how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel outraged that this didn't happen or that, Trump said he was going to do this and he didn't, or, I don't have any outrage for any of these people. I'm just very calm. And I am very realistic. I know exactly where we are and why we're here. And I know exactly what we can do about it. Are we going to change things? I don't think so. And I don't say that in a dark way or in like a hopeless way. This apparatus, I don't know what you call it, this whole, institutionalized government, like it's so corrupt. And every time I pull back another curtain, I'm just like, my gosh. And I guess this podcast I listened to with Sean Ryan and Tucker Carlson today just made me feel like, see, we're all on the same kind of, a lot of us, not all of us, because some of us are still chasing psyops, some of us are still like, whoa, but there is like a calmness coming over a lot of us where we're just like, yeah, I see, and so when I listened to this podcast, I heard that in Tucker Carlson, and I thought, okay, yeah, like we're more connected than we understand, I think. I want to play this clip for you, and we'll get into more about what I mean today. Here it is. Just take a listen.
doing this and a lot of these interviews, and dude, it's just so fucking dark, man. It's I don't know. It makes me wonder, like, are we here for a bigger purpose, or is our purpose just to, you said lead by sacrifice. I think lead by example. Just set the fucking good example, and just be a good person. And what is it? Attraction works a lot better than promotion.
Definitely.
And that's what my wife tells me. But
there's a cost to that. That's what I would say the main thing that I have learned, having been around, the same world that I'm around now. I've been around since I was a child, and it slowly dawned on me how rotten it was. And so the main pitfall for me is being shocked by everything. I'm like, I can't believe how bad this is. I can't believe how corrupt this institution is. These people are. I can't believe how dark it is. I must say that 100 times. I can't believe it. And then occasionally I'll hear myself and I'll be like, you become the I can't believe it guy? Really? Are you shocked again? Like, how many times? This is Lucy in the football. Like, how often are you going to be shocked by what you already know, by what you've stated out loud 1,000 times? So if you keep doing the same thing to me and I keep refusing to believe you're going to do it, and if I find myself shocked every time when you do it, who's the asshole?
I get precisely what he means there, because I actually had a luxury. I had a luxury that I didn't realize until COVID, and my luxury was I had a husband that learned the truth, searched out the truth, and fed it to me bite by bite as I could tolerate it. I was awakened slowly, and I got to enjoy my children being babies while my husband shouldered the burden of the truth about the world. And then like every year there was kind of like, well, this is how it is, and this is how it is. And I would say, don't tell me any more about that. The darkness that they're talking about here, I can't even tell you the darkness, because I cannot put the darkness of evil that exists on this planet into words. I just can't say it. I'm talking about, things like sex trafficking and cult behavior and rituals and evil. I would have to say, okay, that's enough. I can't take anymore. So I know precisely what Tucker's talking about there. When you start finding out how the world truly works, it is destabilizing. And I had the luxury of learning over, a decade or more. Whereas a lot of people have just woken up through COVID. And that's pretty fast. Even Tucker Carlson, who was in the heart of it, didn't understand what was going on. And so that just tells you, there's a lot of people, everybody that is involved in a lot of this corruption and darkness, do they understand what's going on? I don't think so. I think it's kind of one of these deals where, well, this works pretty good for me, so I'm not going to I'm getting paid here. I'm getting appreciated here. I've got my life all worked out. I'm not really going to ask any too deep questions. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to stay in my lane. I think there is tons of people that just stay in their lane. Fortunately, unfortunately, some of us are built different and we just can't stay in the lane. I don't know what it is. But we just we can't just not see it, and talk about it. it's just the way it is, I guess. I guess it's just the way it is. I want to play for you another clip here before we go to break. Actually, thank you, Jason. I forgot to start my clock. But I will catch up when we come back. I can't wait to discuss this with you, actually. I'm grateful for this platform. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia, and I am so glad that you're here. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen.
I want to tell you about our Black Friday deals. You know, sometimes on my text line, I get texts like, "Did you know about this? Did you know about that?" I know. I'm gonna so I want to tell you, we have some incredible deals coming up on our wellness products. They're available now. I'm talking about buy one get one collagen. And you know it. I mean, for the lovers of this collagen, like me, you know, it's low molecular weight. It's highly absorbable. It makes all the difference in the world for us, and we love it. We know it never goes on sale. Right now, for Black Friday, we have buy one, get one of the immune collagen. So we have a number of different flavors, I call them. They target different things in your body. We have the Life, we have the Pure, but we also have the Immune, and it has elderberry in it. And the Immune right now is buy one, get one free. This never happens. So stock up. I'm going to stock up because it is an incredible deal. So all you have to do is go to naturalinspiredstore.com, and Jason has the flip book for our Black Friday deals available for you to look at. There's all kinds of things. Buy one, get one, digestive enzymes, liquid minerals, all kinds of deals. So check it out and stock up on your wellness products. It's right at the top of the website, naturalinspiredstore.com. Go and grab these deals like this. I'm telling you, the collagen never goes on sale. So this is incredible. Even if you take the Pure, you might want to just get yourself some Immune because it's such a wonderful value. And I have a lot of people actually that switch to the Immune, like specifically teachers, when they're in the cooler months and what I call the sugar months, they switch to the Immune for a couple of months and then they go back to the Pure. But so it's great to have on hand. So take advantage of this deal. The collagen is a wonderful product. So go to naturalinspiredstore.com today. Top of the website, Black Friday deals. We got other things going on that I'm going to mention throughout the show too, because I don't want you to miss out on any of this stuff. Okay, I want to go to the next clip here. There were several moments here. This is a very long podcast, and I haven't listened to every, I didn't get a chance to really set. I'll probably listen to it again because I had it on in the background as I was doing other things. But there were some moments here where I was like, oh my gosh, that helps me articulate how I feel right now. This is the second clip here. Take a listen.
side, I'm just going to tell the truth. You have to tell the whole truth about everything all the time. You don't. You're not required to do that. But I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to tell the truth. We're definitely going to get killed if you keep doing that, because whether it's physically or in some way, you are going to suffer. And that's the whole story. That's a story of Jesus. That's a story of his disciples. Maybe every one of whom was murdered in the end. Why? Because they were hurting people or stealing from the poor? No, because they were telling the truth. So we already know that. So I don't know why every single time, I get attacked or I see people unfairly attacked for doing the right thing and telling the truth. And every single time I'm like, I can't, this is shocking. It's like, really? I guess I didn't really believe anything I said, because there's nothing shocking about it. It's the most predictable. I remember going on Fox and writing the script and something, I can't even remember, could be anything, but I was like, it's kind of weird that all the people who lied are getting presidential medals of freedom and consulting contracts at BlackRock, and all the people who told the truth are headed to jail. We're punishing the honest. I remember being like totally out. I mean, this was like 10 years ago I said this. And yet every single time I've seen it in the subsequent decade, I've been every bit as shocked. And I just think, no, it's time to acknowledge what's totally real. Charlie Kirk got murdered. No one was more shocked than I was. He and I had just talked about the possibility of me getting murdered. Oh, I'm not worried about that. I said, and then he gets murdered. And I was so shocked and of course upset because of him specifically dying, but shocked that someone could get killed who didn't do anything wrong. He just told the truth. And he was increasingly telling more of the truth.
This has been such a profound lesson for me, what Tucker's talking about here. I went through this lesson in the last, I would say, 5 years. This lesson of truly understanding that the truth is not rewarded. The truth is not rewarded. We do not live in a society that is merit-based anymore, and it is not about honesty and integrity anymore. We actually live in a meritless society where we punish truth tellers. We shut them up, and that was a tough one for me, because I can totally relate to what he's saying here. Like, you're shocked, like, oh my gosh, that's wrong. Like, this person is being persecuted unfairly. Like, this isn't right. And you want to stick up for them, and you want to fight, and you want to bring justice to the situation. Well, that's how I'm wired. Like, what? This isn't going to happen. Let me fix this. Oh gosh. I truly thought that, it's like, what? I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to fix this. And so it shocks you every time you kind of hear another story that someone's been preyed upon, especially in the medical model, right? It just infuriates me. But I've had to come to the realization that I'm not going to be able to fix it. That this thing is so dark, and that actually the promise is that it's not going to be easy here. That this is the devil's world, right? And so of course it makes sense now that the truth would not be rewarded. It's actually the liars and the distractors that are rewarded, because the devil loves distraction, right? Because then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not on purpose. So yeah, bring up all the TikTokers, bring up all the, just absolute debauchery, because that distracts. Of course. And we do not reward honesty. And in fact, shut up with that truth. Ugh. You're going to make me work. I'm going to have to change what I'm doing. I mean, I can recall so many exchanges that I had with people in the heat of COVID, where people were defending tyrannical leaders and they were defending the taking of our freedoms. Just shut up. Put on a mask. Just do it. And it's because the truth was too inconvenient. If people really truly acknowledged the truth, then it would be uncomfortable for them. It was. I'm not going to lie. It was uncomfortable going into stores and being yelled at for not wearing a mask. But what was the alternative? Lying. Living a lie. Once I did the research on the mask, well, I knew it was a lie. And so am I going to walk around in the world lying to everybody? I believe this. I can't do it. I can't do it. But there were consequences of that, right? People didn't want to not be able to travel. They're just doing their jobs, right? Truth was persecuted. And for those of us that were like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I can't just go along to get along. This is a total lie. We're headed towards a very dark place. It was a very tough time. But it didn't end with COVID. It's still happening. It's still happening. We have division, all over the place. It's just more division, different groups of division now, I feel like. Because truth isn't the easy route. It's actually pretty painful. And things don't come easy because you're not just going with the flow, Another clip here I want to share with you. Very important one. Take a listen.
That's what this is. That's what our lives are. That's what everyone's life is. And we've gotten to the point where you can't opt out. You can't just say, I'm going to my fishing camp with the spaniels. I tried. There is no opting out. And anyway, and people can reach different conclusions about what their role is. And I think everyone has a different role. Not everyone has the same role at all. Not everyone has the same destiny or mission, but we're all going to have to face that choice because it's not up to us. That's the nature of life. So I don't care what happens. I am resolving, I'm not going to be shocked by it. And the extent to which you're shocked is the extent to which you didn't really believe what you were saying before. And now, finally, after all these years at 56, I really believe that what we're seeing is what we always thought we would see. Does that make sense?
It does. It does make sense.
You can't shirk it.
You've been in it for a lot longer. You've been in it for a long time. You've been close.
Yeah, but I didn't see it. I mean, and I've been so attacked. How could you have not known that this person was doing this? Or my own family, even especially. Oh, you're lying. It's I don't know what to tell you. The human mind is amazing. The number of things. I mean, I've smoked a lot of cigarettes and thought to myself, this is bad for you. That's bullshit. Whatever,
So my take on this is that, again, we weren't promised that everything would be right on this earthly plane. We know who's in charge here. We were told who's in charge here, right? The devil rules this world. And yet we're shocked every time we pull back the curtain and find lies and evil, pure evil. We're shocked. And I'm just not shocked anymore. I haven't been for a long time. I'm just not shocked. I understand where we're living. But I think my new perspective is that what I'm tied to here with this thing that I'm doing, it's not optional. I'm not doing it to win. I'm not going to win this issue. I'm not going to win and change everything on this earthly plane, because it's just not doable. We're dealing with pure evil here. I'm doing what I'm doing because it's my duty. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think we all have marching orders. We're either paying attention to them and executing them and trying to do our best, or we've gone fishing somewhere and we're ignoring it because it's easier. Stay tuned. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. We'll be right back.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
I guess maybe somebody listening to this might think, well, that sounds dark. Like, are you giving up? No. It's actually quite the opposite. I feel more empowered. It feels, like I have more understanding to my mission now. It's not about winning the battle anymore, because this thing is so dark and so big and so deep, and it's beyond me. Who am I? I'm just this little person, It's more about winning the day-to-day battles, making the impact day-to-day. And so I'm doing that. I'm meeting with you every day, multiple people every day, and I'm helping them understand how their body works. And therefore they're not falling prey to the deceit, to the pharmakia. They're going, whoa, I'm waking up to this. And I understand that if I fuel my body properly, if I move my body properly, if I understand the power of my mind and the thoughts that I have and how they turn into the way I feel in my body, just connecting all of this information, helping people connect to the information, they're changing the way they're doing things. And we just keep doing that day after day after day. I'm on duty. I have no delusions about winning it. I'm just on duty, and I'm hoping to bring other people on duty. Because if we're all on duty, it's a different world. Doesn't mean we're going to win, doesn't mean we weren't promised that. Not on this earthly plane. But we can ease people's suffering, and we can make a difference, one-on-one. And more importantly, we can do our duty. So it's not about these groups anymore. And I feel that so many people are coming out of the groups, the tribal. It's about what's right, doing what's right. And you may have to leave your group behind if you're committed to doing what's right. Listen to this.
And on the Republican Party, which is almost to the point where it's just useless, and I'm going to have to oppose it because I hate them too much, but because they're such betrayers. But anyway, in the Republican Party, it's like, you a socialist? Are you from Mondani? No, not really a socialist. Just, I don't want any more dollar stores. I don't want high density housing in my neighborhood. I don't want any more fucking strip malls that nobody goes to. No more karate studios and vape shops. Like, how about no? Ooh, socialist? You don't believe in the free market? Because you bribed a fucking county commissioner to build more garbage? You don't even live here? Mm-hmm. In a normal society, we'd like burn your strip mall down. You can't do that here. You can't turn my women into prostitutes. Sorry, OnlyFans. And you can't destroy the landscape that I live in. No. How about no? That's not crazy, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, no.
And you can't take all my tax dollars and then refuse to do anything about child molestation. Like, the whole reason you exist, county commissioners, is to protect my daughters from getting molested. But you won't, because...
It's just fascinating, because what he's talking about here is exactly what we all feel. You know, I don't know how many people have said to me, it feels like everything's upside down now, you know, since I guess really it's kind of always been, but I think people realized it, you know, during COVID is really when so many more people started waking up, that everything that's wrong, you know, is now right. And everything that was right is now wrong. We felt the flip. We felt it. And there was this evil pressure to shut us up, right? That, isn't it interesting that the main goal throughout this time has been to shut you up. Shut up. Anybody that brings any real piercing reality to the discussion, shut up. Right away. Got to shut this person up. You know why? Because that pierces through cognitive dissonance. That cognitive dissonance that Tucker was just describing there, right? Where, you know, people don't want to acknowledge truth because guess what? If you acknowledge truth, that means you got to change. And people don't like change. It's much easier to just, you know, wear the mask, just do the thing, just go along with it, right? It's a lot easier. There's just a big problem. And the problem is that truth exists. And that if you're going to ignore the truth, well, then there's consequences to that. And that's on you. I don't ignore the truth. Am I always right? Am I always, you know, bang on? No, I'm not. But I don't ignore the truth. Because there's something inside that just makes you feel like, oh, gosh, you know, just, I got it. You got to say it. You just got to say it. And I want to believe that that's in everybody. But your confidence has been rocked. That people's confidence has been rocked. And they're unsure of, like, how do I act here? I don't know if I'm saying the right thing. I don't know. And they've let that cover truth. They've let that part just like, well, I don't know. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of shutting you up, shutting people up publicly. That's the purpose. That keeps you questioning. That keeps you silent. But I don't feel like God's going to judge us that way. I don't feel like he's going to be like, you know what? There was a lot of social pressure. And so I guess you're either living for this world and all of its, you know, shiny things and distractions, or you're thinking ahead You're thinking ahead and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I better say something because this is probably going to come back to bite me. And so I think, before I was thinking, I really want to change this. I want to change the medical model. I want to help people. We can really do this together. And I think my realization has been, over the last year and a half or so, is that I don't really, because it's exhausting. It's exhausting trying to convince people, trying to, show them enough evidence of the truth, and them just coming back to you and telling you you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. This, my doctor said this, and oh, you don't know. Like, it's exhausting. It's like, I don't need to convince. I don't need to convince anybody. I'm on duty here. You either want to hear it or you don't. And for those of that don't want to hear it, well, you're on your own path, and I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. But for those of that want to hear the truth, I'm here for it. I'm on duty. And I'll tell you what I know. And what I know is that it is a dark world out there, but the light exists in you. And how do we push back against this? We do not lay down and be like, oh, well, just let it happen. No. We lead by modeling. We have to be the models of what we want to see. That means we got to pursue purpose. That means we're not shocked by evil. We don't not acknowledge evil. We bring light to good. That's being on duty. And I think every single, like Tucker said, it looks different for everybody because we all do different things each and every day. But I think everybody's capable of it. Bringing your light to your situation. That's being on duty. Thinking that, your political party is going to execute the type of culture that you want in your country. I mean, it's not going to happen. These are like, again, right? Look at everything in politics from a business standpoint. Because people are getting paid to make certain decisions for very specific outcomes that just so happen to align with their investments. And you're either on the team or you're not. And when you're not, it's likely you're standing on truth. And those are the people that you want to follow and be inspired by because they're on duty. Stay tuned, everybody. Your naturally inspired moment is up next, and I can't wait to share it with you. We'll be right back.
Did you know that nearly 70% of Americans struggle with their health every single day? That's why we are reaching out to health professionals and to anyone who simply has a heart for helping people. Right now, there's an opportunity to make a real difference in people's lives while building a flexible income stream for yourself. Whether you're already working in health, wellness, or just passionate about seeing people thrive, we want to connect with you and introduce you to our system. Together, we can provide real solutions that empower people to take control of their health and create lasting impact. If you've been looking for a way to combine purpose with income, this is it. Visit simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. That's simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. We look forward to working with you.
Welcome back. Visit naturallyinspiredstore.com for all your wellness products. Listen, you're buying this stuff anyway. I know you are. I know you're buying vitamins. I know you're buying magnesium. I know you're buying collagen. I know you're buying all of it. Why not buy it for the Naturally Inspired? Support the movement. Support more people getting connected to real solutions for health and getting out of the medical mafia model. That's what you do. Every time you make a purchase with Naturally Inspired, you are modeling. You are modeling more of what you want to see in the world. And so we have some great Black Friday deals going on right now. I cannot stress this enough. The collagen buy one, get one is an incredible deal. This never happens. It never, ever happens. And so if you've been thinking, man, I really want to try your collagen, because everybody needs collagen. You're losing it 1% a year after the age of 25, mid-20s. It starts going down. And then when we get to perimenopause and menopause, ladies, that's when it really accelerates. You've got to supplement with collagen. And this collagen is by far my favorite collagen. It has helped me with mobility. It's helped my skin. It's helped cellulite, stretch marks, all kinds of different things. It's actually really fantastic. And I'm not exaggerating. So take advantage. You've been thinking about it. You're like, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. You should, and you should do it now. Get the immune collagen, buy one, get one. All you got to do is go to naturallyinspiredstore.com. Top of the website there, we have all the links for you with the holiday gift book. So check it out, naturallyinspiredstore.com. If you have questions, just text me 720-303-8868. For today's Naturally Inspired moment, I want to talk about practicing empathy, not sympathy. And this is really important because if you want better relationships, nobody wants sympathy. Nobody, it doesn't feel good when people feel sorry for you. I mean, I don't know. There's something going on in your brain if you actually feel good when people feel sorry for you, because it's it feels, it just feels like, I don't know. It's one of the worst feelings. I feel like it is. When people are like, oh, I feel so bad for you, but I'm doing great. That's kind of what it feels like. I hate that. And I think other people do too. So for today's Naturally Inspired moment, I want to give you some more tools, right? Because I think sometimes we don't know we're doing it. You want to show people that you care, but sympathy is not well received. Empathy is. Okay, so it's important to understand the difference between empathy and sympathy. So sympathy says, oh, I feel sorry for you. Empathy says, I feel this with you and you're not alone. That's the difference. Sympathy creates distance. Like I said, I'm better than you. Oh, I feel so bad for you. You poor little thing, where empathy creates connection. Right? Empathy creates that connection with I understand what you're going through. I'm walking alongside you. You're not alone. I get it. I've been places like that before. I've had stuff like that happen. I'm sorry this is happening to you. That's empathy. Sympathy kind of stands above the situation, where empathy sits right next to somebody. Sympathy often unintentionally reinforces helplessness. So it makes people feel like they're alone, they're going through this, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Whereas empathy reminds people of their strength, their dignity, and their capacity. The difference in real life is, so sympathy sounds like this. Oh no, that's terrible. That's terrible. Empathy sounds like this. I hear you. And that sounds kind of painful. Thank you for sharing that with me. One tries to fix the feeling, while the other allows space for the person to feel what they're feeling at the time as they're going through life. In this culture that we're living in, Everything feels like you almost don't have permission for things to be going on in your life. And that if they are going on in your life and you're feeling feelings about it, like you're sad or you're angry or whatever, then those feelings need to be medicated so they can just go away. We're humans, and our emotions are part of the human experience. And so allow people to have space for their feelings. I think one of the most profound areas that we see this in is grief. We have this weird ritual around death, right? Where we fear it and we're so awkward around it. And then, when someone dies, we go to the ceremony and then it's like, okay, like see you later. And then we don't really have community support around grief. And we don't allow for people to move the energy of grief out of their bodies. Because grief, all our emotions are energy, right? All of our happiness is energy. Sadness is energy. You feel it, right? That's why you feel it in your gut. Grief, I remember going through my mom's death. I mean, I had grief just stuck in my throat, just stuck right here. I could feel it. And so you push it down because you don't really know what to do with it and you don't know how to get it out. Because you're not taught how to move this energy out of your body. But feelings are energy. And if they get stuck in your body, it is my belief that they turn into disease. And so it's really important to acknowledge, oh my gosh, I've got these feelings. I really need to get them out. So is that talking? Is that crying? Is that moving your body in a certain way? Is it singing? Is it humming? Is it like what action can you do to move the energy through your body? So allow people space to do that. It's a gift, actually, to allow people the space to emote in today's world. Empathy heals. Empathy sends these messages to others. You matter. Your experience is valid. I connect to it. You're strong enough to walk through this. I've been through difficult things as well, and I'm still here, and I'm standing beside you. That you're not broken. This is part of the human experience. And most importantly, you're not alone. You're not alone in this experience. So humans don't always need solutions first. We need connection. We need safety, right? Connection and safety, and also understanding. Here's some more about how to practice empathy. Here are 5 simple shifts. Number 1, listen more than you talk. You don't need answers for these 4 people that you're, interacting with, that you're creating space for them. You just need presence. That's all they need. They need your presence. So listen more than you talk. Number 2, hold space without judgment. So let the person express the full truth of what they are feeling and don't judge it. Number 3, use validating language like, I hear you. That makes sense. Yes. Yes. Number 4, avoid minimizing or rescuing. So skip the whole, well, if you think that's bad, here's what happened to me. Don't do that. Or, hey, it could be worse. Or you'll get over it. Just give it time. Get over it. You'll get over it. That's not helpful in the moment. You're not allowing people to feel the intensity that they have to feel in the moment. They may feel differently about it later in time, and that's okay as well. But let them feel what they need to feel in the moment and express it. You're doing them a service by helping them move the energy through the body. Connect through shared humanity. So don't forget that we've all walked through pain. Maybe our stories look a little bit different, but we've all experienced pain, right? If you're living on this planet, you've experienced pain. We don't have to measure or compare our pain. We just have to understand that we all walk through pain, and how we deal with it is, our individual right. We don't need to judge other people and how they deal with pain. So honor their experience without comparison. Just some helpful tips, because the essence of empathy is actually being with someone and not trying to move them somewhere else before they're ready. Empathy is like I said, it's a service, but it's more than just letting somebody vent, and it is a biological process to move, allow them the space again to move the energy of the pain out of their body. You're providing a service for them so that they don't suppress those feelings like anger, grief, guilt, shame, all the different feelings. And in a society where we feel like we have to shut people up, medicate people, numb people to fit into what looks right for this society. Oh, this looks right. This is how you're supposed to grieve. This is how you just get on with your life, just get on. Well, maybe you haven't moved the energy out of your body yet. And it's not going to be maybe just one good cry session. Maybe it will need to be multiple. Maybe it will, it will need to be physical, where you move it through with massage or acupuncture or somatic healing or frequency. We never know, what's going to resonate with us on an individual level to help us move the energy out. But we can help one another by practicing empathy. That is for sure. Sympathy, very, very different from empathy, right? Sympathy is disconnecting. It keeps the person, at a distance, and it actually make people shut down even more. They'll suppress those feelings, that energy more, because people want connection. They want to feel like they belong. They don't want to feel like they're an outcast because they're going through these problems and they're feeling they're not like everybody else, right? You're not like everybody else because you're having feelings. You're having grief. You're having, anger. Anger has been targeted, I feel like, for decades. Like we're not permitted to feel angry as human beings. If you don't feel anger, you might be dead, or highly medicated, because there's a lot of bad things going on in the world and you have every right to feel angry about injustice. So be of service in empathy this holiday season, not sympathy. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. Be right back.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome back to hour 2 of Naturally Inspired Radio. In the first hour, we've been having a lot of talk, a lot of talk just about how things are shifting again, but it does feel like things are shifting. And just that people aren't, looking at it from a left-right paradigm anymore. Most people are understanding what's really going on in the world. It's a lot darker, I think, than most people ever imagined it was. But that our responsibility in this world is to actually be on duty. It's our duty to practice goodness, right? And acknowledge goodness and be the light in this dark world. And that is what we are supposed to be up to here. It's not about following this tribe or that group or being a part of this. That it's really, we're at a point now where we've got to dig in. We've got to dig in, and we've really got to do the modeling of shaping our culture and what we want our culture to look like. So it's been a very good first hour, I think, and I'm just grateful to be able to get some of this stuff off my chest because I know a lot of you feel the same way, and it just it feels like connection when we can talk about this stuff and other people are recognizing it. You feel a little less crazy. You know what I mean? You feel a little less like an alien in this world when you hear other people reflect back to you how you are feeling. So, yeah. So anyway, I do want to talk to you about our Black Friday deals because I know you're buying wellness products. I know that you are because I'm talking to you and you're like, oh, I got this supplement, I got that supplement, I got this vitamin, I take this here, I got that. So I know you're buying them. So I'm asking you, I'm inviting you to check out our line of wellness products at naturallyinspiredradio.com. And there has never been a better time to do that because we have fantastic deals right now. So right now you get $20 off. So Black Friday special is $20 off any order of $150 or more. All you have to do is use code HOLIDAY20. That ends 11/30. So it ends the end of the month. You get just a flat $20 off of your order. So if there's a few things you're like, oh, I really want to try that red pill. I really want to try that cellular reset that I always talk about, right? The red pill cellular reset. You can get that, put that in your cart. And then maybe you've been wanting to try the collagen as well. Well, we've got buy one, get one right now. So you can look at all this stuff. Spend $150, get $20 off, use holiday code 20. When you buy a trim, which has CLA in it as well as collagen, it's great for weight loss. You get a free spoon with it. Another freebie. Here's the one I'm talking about. This is the Immune Liquid BioCell Collagen. So buy one, get one free. Incredible. And then we have the whey protein that's buy one, get one free. We have some energy drinks here, natural energy, buy one, get one free in a couple of different flavors, pink lemonade. There's a probiotic support as well, buy one, get one free, digestive enzymes, buy one, get one free. So you could really load up. You got phyto greens here, buy one, get one free, and then liquid minerals, buy one, get one free, aloe vera, noni, fiber, antioxidants, all kinds. So look at this stuff, man. This is like a ton of stuff. Oh, that Uplift is really good too. Uplift is great for mood. I've got, that one right there. It's awesome for mood. So buy one, get one free. Listen, you can really stock up. These prices are very reasonable, right? Very, very reasonable prices. And on top of that, you get $20 off. So take advantage of this fantastic deal. You can stock up on all your wellness products. If you have any questions at all, you need help taking advantage. What is this? What is that? Taking advantage of the deals, getting the right promo code, whatever it is. I'll be doing that all day tomorrow. I know I will. And so, I'm here for it, Friday, Black Friday, I'm going to be there for it. Like, just shoot me a text. I'm happy to help. 720-303-8868. All right, let's get into some stories here because I got some good ones. So, you know me, I've been talking a lot about this. Yesterday we talked about cognitive decline, right? The cognitive decline and what that's looking like. And today I found a study about independent activity with children that's leading to cognitive decline as well. And so this is something, I think I have the story here, the article, if we want to bring that up. Decline in independent activity as a cause of decline in children's mental well-being. So this is in the Journal of Pediatrics, okay? So just here's a summary. So over the past 50, 60 years, rates of anxiety, depression, and emotional distress in children and teens have steadily increased. By 2021, the situation had become so concerning enough that major pediatric and psychiatric associations formally declared a national emergency in youth mental health. So while many recent conversations, we blame digital technology, absolutely, it's changing our brains. I say it all the time. Social media, absolutely. It is shaping social engineering. It's social engineering. It's social contagion. Like there's so many variables that are contributing to mental illness and social media is the culprit in a big way. Also, the pandemic, right? Isolation, more screens. But one of the things that we don't talk about enough is the dramatic decline in children's independent activity and autonomy. Bingo! So, my kids are in their 20s now, 20 and 22. But I was seeing this because I don't know how you were raised, but like Gen X, mostly latchkey kids. A lot of us were latchkey kids. I was walking to school by myself when I was like in first grade, right? I mean, my sister was somewhere around, I'm sure. She's 2 years older than me. But, we were pretty much on our own. We came home after school and we'd be home, for a couple hours before mom and dad came home from work. You know the drill. That was Gen X. You're out on the street by yourself, solving problems all day long through the summer. And there was lots of problems, building forts, returning softballs at the baseball park, whatever. You were solving problems all the time. We didn't have this constant hovering of adults that would pipe in and solve the situation for us. And as I was raising my kids, I realized that really, like, when I remember my son Mateo was like around 8 or 9, I think. And I'm like, oh my gosh, at this age, I was like doing so many things by myself. And I realized that he wasn't getting that opportunity by default. So I started building it in. I was giving him a list in the store and be like, okay, I'm going to stand here. You go over there and get a few things, bring it back to the cart. Drop off at the library. I'd stay in the car as he got a little bit older and be like, go in there and these are the books I want. You go find them, check them out. I'll be here. Like, I had to build things like that in for my kids. I thought, this is so weird. But the way our society has changed, there isn't default independence for kids. So you got it. And they need it. Here's what the research shows. Children in the mid-20th century, especially in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, enjoyed far more freedom to explore, play, and move through the world without adult supervision. Historical analysis of parenting magazines and cultural expectations from the early 1900s to today show a stark shift. Children once walked or biked to school by age 5 or 6. Free outdoor neighborhood play was normal and expected. Kids contributed meaningfully at home by doing chores, caring for other kids, or had household responsibilities. By age 11 or 12, many adolescents worked part-time jobs such as paper routes and babysitting without adult management. I think I started babysitting at 10. I had my first job making beds in a hotel as a chambermaid when I was 12. And I wanted that job. So the shift toward constant oversight began in the very beginning of it was in the 1960s, and it just kind of accelerated into the 80s and beyond. Society's assumptions about children changed. Safety fears increased, even though rates of crime and abduction were not rising in the way media suggested. I think about this all the time, you guys. Has the world changed? Or have we thought the world into change? You know what I'm saying? That sentence didn't really make sense, but you know what I'm saying? Are we just thinking that it has changed, or did it really change? Or did we create the change because we started thinking back then that the world was changing? Like, I don't know. I don't know where it started, but certainly we started responding as if the world changed. And, that's what I think, our government is just classic for this, because it's like, don't fix the problem, right? Don't fix the person that's creating the crime, or, gun control is a great example of this, right? Like, they want to take away guns from people because we have too many shootings. We have too many shootings. Yeah, we have too many shootings. Why? Because it's not the guns getting up and shooting people. It's the people, right? But no, don't solve that. Don't look into that. Don't look into why we have these types of incidences. Just take the guns away. Like, it's just stupid, right? And that's just how the government operates. It's always that way, right? It's just ridiculous. I can go on and on with examples of that. It's just, never about root cause. So now children spend most waking hours in adult-controlled environments like school, sports, tutoring, organized programs. They engage in far less unstructured creativity and unsupervised play. They have fewer opportunities to take risks, solve problems, navigate disagreements on their own. Oh my gosh. Like seriously, I can only a couple of times. And I don't think it ever happened with my son, but a couple of times, my daughter, some of the moms around the other kids, they felt necessary to reach out and, write me letters about this or that happening with the kids. And this is what went down. And I just ignore them. Let them figure it out, right? Like all you're doing, getting involved in the drama of childhood dealings is making it worse. You're just making it worse. Your daughter said this, and this daughter said that, and this girl said this, and then this girl said that, and then I'm like, are you really writing me a letter about this? Like, this is crazy. They're 10. But I apparently people do that. The moms take on the issues and it's just like, what are you doing? It's a life skill to navigate relationships. And you don't just learn it overnight. You got to practice it. And you got to suffer the consequences sometimes too. When you don't handle it right, better luck next time. Maybe you'll handle it differently. That's called learning, right? We don't allow that to happen now. Constantly intervening. And we wonder why we're dealing with this epidemic of mental issues with our young people. Get out of the way. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Welcome back. I can already hear it in the comments. Well, my daughter was really bullied or my kid was really bullied. And I get it. There's extreme cases when parents do have to get involved. I get it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these little petty things, where really adults have got no business there. You got no business there. Let them work it out. Let them work it out. It's become so weird now. This is just very hands-on stuff. Like this has got to work itself out to where, these little people are allowed to evolve into adults. And that means trial and error. And that means social consequences as well. Sorry, it's the way it is. Gotta have it, gotta have it to grow. Next story I want to cover is this story out of Australia, which I didn't know that this was. I mean, I could have guessed. This was happening in Australia, but I've been warning about it here, right? Like, what are you going to have to, like, lots of free money being promised lately, like free money for healthcare, free money for this, free money for that. You're going to get money. Okay, cool. We're going to get money. What are we going to have to do for that money? because there's no free lunch. As I always like to say, there's no free lunch. And come on, we know what we're dealing with here. We're all adults here. We know what the government does, right? You're not getting free money for nothing. And so this is a concern of mine as we move into the digital revolution and we get digital IDs and all the tech stuff because, safety, the Muslim brotherhoods here, we've got to practice safety. Everybody needs to get their retinas scanned so we can really prove that you're a real American citizen and all the rest of it, right? We know what's going on. Anyway, this has been a concern for me because it's like, oh gosh, if we go to this digital platform and everything's digital, what are we going to have to do to be able to exist in the world? And here's just a little proof again that, this is a completely legitimate concern because look at what happens in Australia right now. A little thing called no jab, no pay. Listen to this.
In 2015, conscientious objection and religious exemptions were removed from the immunisation requirements for eligibility for the family tax benefit A supplement, childcare benefit, childcare rebate, and now the childcare subsidy payments. These were known as the so-called no jab, no pay laws. Taking people's money through taxation and telling them that you'll give some of it back to them if they comply with your medical edicts on childhood immunisation is just plainly wrong in my view. And regardless of your view on the childhood immunisation schedule, that shouldn't be the law in Australia or in any other civilised liberal democracy in the world. So today I'm introducing a bill to address the no jab, no pay laws for childhood immunisation and reinstate the definition of conscientious objector, allowing individuals who have an objection to a child being immunised, if that objection is based on personal, philosophical, religious or medical beliefs, to opt out. Providing freedom of choice for Australian families in relation to the medical care of their children should be non-negotiable. This bill will go a little bit further towards making that a reality.
2015? So since 2015, okay, so let me just back up a little bit here for the Americans. So in socialist countries like Canada, Australia, whatever, they have this like family benefit. So when I was growing up, I think it was called family allowance. The government would send a check to families just for like helping them out, so you could count on that as a family. You would get a family allowance check, or I think it's called a child tax credit now. You get a child tax credit check every month. Just boom, it comes from the government because you're a family. And so I guess in Australia since 2015, if you weren't getting your kid jabbed, fully vaccinated, then you weren't getting these credits that they offer to everybody else. And that's precisely what I'm talking about here, right? You think you're going to get health care credit? You're going to get a check from the government to just freely spend on your health care? You don't think there's going to be any stipulations to that? Of course there will be. These are deals. Deals. You're going to spend that money where they want you to spend that money, or you're not going to get it. And it just could happen, that you're going to have to do another few things in order to be eligible for this check or that check, right? It's enslavement, people. It's enslavement. The less government that you have involved in your life, the better off you are, the freer you are. But it's a weird world we're living in now because it's almost like people don't want to be free. They don't want to be free. It's too inconvenient to be free. Bizarre, I know, because you would think, everybody wants freedom, but no, they don't. No, they don't. And so that's interesting. So, as they roll out digital IDs and whatnot, you got to think about this, how are we going to navigate that? That's what I'm always like, how am I going to navigate this? Because you're not going to. It's like, what am I going to do here? I better start plotting. I'm going to get through this, Of course, I never do anything illegal. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, how am I going to navigate this system? How am I going to get through this? And it's just amazing because when I have that attitude, God always provides a path. It's like, oh, you just didn't have to do that. This person didn't ask you to do that. Or, that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. That's my birthright. I claim that, and I claim that for you. You got to claim it. It'll work out. There'll be a way. A way will be made because you're doing the right thing. And so I'm always just curious, how am I going to navigate this? So very real threat there, I mean, as everything goes digital and, new things come into play here. It's like, oh, wow. What will be required? What will be required just to exist in the world as the corporations swallow up our countries? That's what's happening. We have now CEOs in charge of our countries, and they're negotiating deals here, there, and everywhere for their specific outcomes. And that's what we're dealing with. And some of those outcomes we may be okay with, and some of those outcomes we may not be. And but that's just that's what we're dealing with. Here's an interesting story. Also, maybe you know this. Maybe you don't. I've been talking about it quite a bit. I feel like that we're living in a toxic soup, right? We are living in a bit of a toxic soup these days. And one of those contributing factors is the clothes that you wear. So take a listen to this.
Evil chemical company on earth is literally responsible for every single women's gym clothes and yoga outfit. Like, you go to the gym, every girl in there is wearing DuPont Chemical Company polyester plastic. The DuPont Chemical Company created polyester nylon and spandex. They marketed it to people with millions of dollars. They got these garbage fashion companies, these athletic companies, to start using polyester for all their clothes because it costs nothing to produce. Do you know how insane it is? Like, all modern clothes originate from a chemical company. And a chemical company that's poisoned people for so long, paid out billions of dollars in lawsuits because they've killed people, destroyed the environments, poisoned rivers, etc. And then they're coming after women. For thousands of years of human history, humans have only worn natural materials grown from the earth. And then here comes a chemical company that's still around today, making billions and billions of dollars. They changed their name because so many people realized how evil they were. And they're still doing business as usual. They also created the chemical PFAS forever chemicals, which they also use in the polyester, which is one of the most toxic endocrine disrupting.
Isn't it interesting, that the athletic wear has been, pushed through society, right? So it's interesting, this story that keeps popping up on my feed. Maybe it's popped up on yours, I'm not sure. But it's all about like holiday travel. This one senator is like, listen, don't wear your pajamas and your slippers to the airport. This is like... Can you believe? And then people are getting mad. This is just so funny because people are getting mad. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me that I can't wear my pajamas and my slippers. These are the same people that were walking around telling everybody to put a mask on, And they're upset because, they can't wear their PJs to the airport. Well, of course you can wear your PJs, but I'm just saying, as a unit here, we're not looking so great when we're walking around in our pajamas. We're not looking so great when we're not combing our hair. We're not putting ourselves together, and have a little self-respect. Have a little self-respect. I'm not saying you got to wear, a suit and tie or anything, but throw on some jeans. And that's all this guy's saying. He's not telling people to, put on their fanciest outfits to go travel. But he's like, throw on jeans and a t-shirt instead of your pajamas and your slippers. Oh, that's too much to ask. The reason why he's doing that is because, flying has become an incredibly painful experience. It's not pleasant, and people are terrible in the airport and on the plane. We see meltdown after meltdown. It is not a pleasant experience. And so hey, if you change your environment, you put a little bit more effort into travel, and you may change your behavior. This is what he's hoping for anyway. Oh my gosh, you guys. Stay tuned. I want to talk about the clothes more when we come back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Yeah, so toxic clothing, the shift into athletic wear, it's chemicals that you're wearing on your skin. Of course, your skin is your biggest organ, and it's porous. So we absorb. And just think about, most people are living in their athletic wear nowadays. And I'm not saying anything. I'm just, judging people for what they wear. I mean, I'm not doing that. But I am saying a shift back to cotton. Like I recently actually threw out a bunch of stuff because I'm like, listen, I wear this stuff a lot, and I'm understanding more and more what it's doing to me. And so get it out of your wardrobe if you can. Switch to cotton. It's so important, especially like undergarments. It's very important gosh, it's just toxic. I mean, I think DuPont was the one that brought us Teflon, right? And now we actually all have Teflon in our tissues. A chemical that never existed, now exists in the human body. And that's the same for glyphosate as well, right? That's not a natural component of life here on the planet, but it has become part of us as humans. And I just don't know who has the authority to do that. It's maddening when you think about it. So understand that your clothes are making an impact on your body. They're endocrine disruptors. And of course, we have an epidemic of that type of linked dis-ease in the body. So it's one more thing that you can kind of lessen your burden with if you get out of those toxic clothes. I want to shift into our health topic. And then we're going to close out today with a little bit of a Thanksgiving culture that comes from America, because I've been talking to you about American culture because everybody else seems to want to make you think that you don't have any culture. So I'm here to just, tell you do and show you the things about it. So we'll close out with that. But I do want to get to the health topic because this is an important one. I've had a lot of comments about this recently. And who knows, it could be the frequency of the times, if you will. A lot of different vibes people are picking up on. But the health topic today is about nightmares, because nightmares are actually more than random stories. They can be signals, and they come from the brain processing unresolved stress. Sometimes it's stored emotion. Sometimes it's nervous system activation. It may even be trauma patterns while we sleep. So let's break it down a little bit. Where do nightmares come from? Nightmares are connected to the limbic system, specifically the amygdala, which we've been talking a lot about. That's the fear center, and often appear when the brain is processing something it hasn't fully resolved during the day. So common triggers include like emotional stress or anxiety. So that's when cortisol and adrenaline stay elevated into the evening, and the brain continues processing that state during REM sleep. So this is interesting to me as well, because what happens when we are in insulin resistance is we experience cortisol dropping in the middle of the night instead of in the morning. We're supposed to, have a dump of cortisol, if you will, in the body when we wake up to natural light, because that's our circadian rhythm, right? Cortisol wakes us up. Cortisol is not bad. It's when we are, when our levels are higher, when they shouldn't be, is when it creates a problem. And so that was interesting to me, because it can be not just emotional stress or anxiety, but insulin resistance as well. So understand that the brain continues processing that state during REM sleep when cortisol is elevated. Number 2, trauma or stored memory loops. So the subconscious tries to integrate difficult experiences when the conscious mind is quiet. So when is it quiet? Well, when you're sleeping, right? Your conscious mind shuts down, but your subconscious mind never does. And a lot of times, when things happen, traumatic incidences happen, we'll be like, the conscious mind's like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm going to throw that back there to the subconscious. We'll deal with that later. Like, we ain't dealing with this now. We can't. And so when you're sleeping, the conscious mind is quiet and the subconscious can start to try to process. So that can come out in the form of nightmares. Number 3, nervous system dysregulation. So a dysregulated vagus nerve or a stuck fight or flight state can push the body into fear-based dream patterns. So we've talked at length about the vagus nerve and how awesome it is. It is a direct tool that you can use to reset your nervous system. It's the longest nerve in your body, and it's activated by things like humming or singing or gargling or even taking deep breaths. Okay, so you have the power to activate your vagus nerve and get yourself a nervous system reset, get out of fight or flight. And that might be something you want to practice before going to sleep if you're experiencing nightmares. So a nervous system dysregulation can be a cause of nightmares. Number 4, this one's interesting too, is nutrient deficiencies. So low magnesium, low B vitamins, lack of omega-3s, or imbalanced blood sugar can disrupt sleep cycles and dream regulation. So that's interesting. Again, like, we're synergistic beings, right? We've been taught to kind of, if I'm having nightmares, it must be like a mental thing. It's not correlated with my physical body below my shoulders, but it is. There's no separation. There is no separation between mind and body. The next thing is medications or substances. So SSRIs, sleep medications. Alcohol's a huge factor in sleep because it impairs the ability to get REM sleep. Even cannabis withdrawal and things like beta blockers, they can intensify dream recall and emotional activation. So that can be an issue as well. Blood sugar instability. So at nighttime, glucose dip triggers adrenaline, and that may wake you up or activate intense dreams. So those are a couple things. So nightmares are often a stress signal, something to not be ignored. Again, as I always say, the body's constantly signaling and communicating, and we should interpret. That doesn't mean that we need to get worried about it, or we need to get anxious about it, or we need to have this, really urgent desire to stop it. It's about interpretation, right? So nightmares are often a stress signal, sometimes a detox of emotion. So remember what we were just talking about when, for the naturally inspired moment, we were talking about the energy, right? Being with somebody in service with empathy instead of sympathy, allowing them to detox and get that energy out through the body, right? Because grief, all these emotions are just energy. That's how we feel them. We feel them through the energy that we hold in our body. And when you're sleeping, it could be a detox of that emotion, which impacts the way you dream. Also, the brain rewiring something unfinished. So, processing. It's a rewiring of your neural pathways and processing certain events. Also, a sign, it could be a sign that the nervous system needs calming. You need some safety, some security, and some regulation. So they're not random. Nightmares are not random. They are communication, and they should be listened to. So you can support this sleep issue, right? How to treat nightmares naturally, if you will. And here are some supportive ways that you can do it. Calm the nervous system before bed, right? So breath work, prayer, obviously, is a great one. Journaling, and journal with pen to paper. It is a lot more powerful with pen to paper rather than typing or using the portal to take down your notes. Get out an old-fashioned notebook and put pen to paper. That's actually moving energy out of your body when you're using pen to paper. So you can calm the nervous system before bed. Also, the screens, hyping up that input that we talk about all the time, right? How much input are you taking in? So no screens before bed, at least an hour before bed. Keep blood sugar stable, obviously high protein and nutrient dense meals. Avoiding alcohol or stimulants close to bedtime, because that throws off sleep like crazy. Let me tell you, most of the time when people feel like hungover the next day after drinking, it's because of the disrupted sleep. It's not, yes, I know alcohol dehydrates and whatnot, but more often than not, what's happened is your hormones are out of balance, that ghrelin and leptin. So you might feel snacky all day, but you're also feeling dehydrated and maybe nauseous, and you just feel kind of yucky. That's because of the lack of detox that your body was able to achieve during your sleep cycle for that night has been disrupted because of alcohol intake. Adding magnesium. Of course, I love our magnesium drink that we have, the little canister of magnesium. I don't know why it's a blend. That's what it is, magnesium blend. I was drawing a blank there on the name of it. So we have a magnesium blend that's actually a drink. I love it. You can put it in hot water. I think my son drinks it in cold water. And it's fine. I don't drink it in cold water. I prefer to take it in hot water. And omega-3s, of course, we have, in my opinion, the very best omega-3s. They're actually prescription grade. And man, I feel the difference when I'm not taking them. So get yourself some omega-3s at the Naturally Inspired store. Get the magnesium blend. And that will help with brain regulation. Also, start focusing maybe on some trauma release work during the day. So maybe some somatic stuff or EMDR, tapping. And of course, that breath work. These are all tools to calm the nervous system. And supplementation, of course. Get your supplements for sleep at naturallyinspiredstore.com. We'll be right back.
Did you know that nearly 70% of Americans struggle with their health every single day? That's why we are reaching out to health professionals and to anyone who simply has a heart for helping people. Right now, there's an opportunity to make a real difference in people's lives while building a flexible income stream for yourself. Whether you're already working in health, wellness, or just passionate about seeing people thrive, we want to connect with you and introduce you to our system. Together, we can provide real solutions that empower people to take control of their health and create lasting impact. If you've been looking for a way to combine purpose with income, this is it. Visit simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. That's simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. We look forward to working with you.
So did you know that over 70% of Americans are on at least one prescription drug, if not many, which is called polypharmacy? And a lot of times they're causing way more side effects than they are doing good. And when you visit your doctor, chances are you're going to leave with a prescription. And when you work with a natural healthcare practitioner, a lot of times you have to spend thousands of dollars out of pocket, and it's just not sustainable for many people. And that's why we created Naturally Inspired Health Community, where you get coaching, guidance, and community support for free just by purchasing our wellness line of products. So just for becoming a customer, and your first purchase just needs to be over $50, and then you get a free membership to our partnered website where you get 15% discount off of retail, off of every order. You also get free and flat rate shipping. Depending on how much you spend. If you spend over $150, you get free shipping. In addition to that, right now we have a special on that if you spend over $150, you get an additional $20 off of your order. So you'll get free shipping and $20 off and 15% discount on all of the off all the retail products. You get loyalty points. So like I was just telling, I've helped somebody else today get some free magnesium and free vitamin D by using their loyalty points. These are things, the points you bank for being a loyal customer every month. They give you cash back, so to speak, where you can apply them to products on through your account. So you also get the weekly wellness workshop every Tuesday night at 7:00. We talk about a different health topic every week, and people find that very helpful. I do a 30-minute presentation, and then we do question and answer after that for about 30 minutes. And we cover something different every week, something useful, something that will help you along your optimum health journey. You get private online health community. We have a website that you can log into. So if you can't make the calls live at Tuesday nights, you can always log into the private health community and listen on demand. And then there's other resources, articles, recipes, things like that on that resource as well. You also get personal access to me, people. So on my health text line, it is me. It's not a chat bot. It's not an autoresponder of any kind. It's just me. So when I text you, it's me. When you text me, I know you can trust that you are talking to me. And I help guide people to real solutions for health. So it's so much more than just buying products here at Naturally Inspired. I really value the community and the sharing and exchange that goes on. And if it sounds like something you want to be a part of, join us. There has never been a better time. Like I said, buy one, get one free collagen. Never happens. Again, if you want to get that collagen, go to naturallyinspiredstore.com. Right at the top of the website there, you'll see our gift flip book. And you can go through there and view all the buy one, get ones. Get one off or get one for free. Buy one, get one for free. And don't forget to apply the promo code of holiday20 to your order, and you'll get $20 off too. If this is too confusing for you, listen, I help people with their orders all the time. Just text me. We can do it together. I'll just give you a buzz, just give you a call. So text me, 720-303-8868 if you want to take advantage of any of these deals. I'm here for it. And this is a great way to get connected to real solutions for health and become part of the Naturally Inspired community. There's never been a better time. I'm telling you, you're going to save and you're going to support this movement of providing real solutions for health to people. Get people out of the predatory medical mafia model, right? That's real change. Okay. Fun little thing now. I want to remind you, of course, that you do have culture. Contrary to what a lot of people want you to think these days. They want you to think that you don't have any culture. And many people have been echoing that sentiment that America doesn't have any culture. It's just a bunch of immigrants that have come here and you don't have any culture of your own. And that is false. False. And of course, culture defined is things like language, things like fashion, the way we do things around here, essentially, is how you define culture. It's the way we do things around here. And I've been covering different things, different traits, values, principles, guidelines of what it is to be American, because that defines our culture. And if we aren't shaping our culture, rest assured someone else is. And so we've had this thing going on now for far too long where we've been shamed out of our culture. You don't have a culture. Oh, you're white privilege. You're, whatever, crazy thing. We can't let people shame us out of our identity. This is America. It is a great country. The reason why it's great is not because of its government. It's not because of, any political paradigm. It's not politics that makes this country great. It's the people. It's the people. But right now, I feel like the people need to return to what is important. We need to unapologetically claim our beliefs and our values. And we need to model what we want to see more of in this country. Otherwise, other people will gladly take the reins. So I want to just show you this video today about Thanksgiving. Guess what? Thanksgiving's part of American culture. Did you know that other countries adopted Thanksgiving as well for their own countries? But it was actually America who started it. Of course. Listen to this.
That's right. Turkey. But why turkey exactly? How did this strange bird come to dominate the dinner table? Well, turkeys have a lot going for them. For one thing, they're big. Big enough to feed a family. For another, they're not usually raised for their eggs like chickens are. In the old days, that meant that turkeys were more expendable, which in turn made turkey meat relatively cheap. The fact that wild turkeys are native to North America made them a natural choice to be served at early Thanksgiving celebrations, but that doesn't mean they were always the most important part of the feast. In fact, the event we now think of as the first Thanksgiving may not have had any turkey at all. It's true that the Pilgrims shared a meal with the Wampanoag Indians at Plymouth Colony in 1621. But all we know for sure about the menu is that it included deer and fowl. That fowl might have been turkey, but more likely it was ducks or geese. What's more, that 1621 meal didn't exactly start a trend. Throughout America's early history, some communities did hold ceremonies to give thanks for the fall harvest, and over time the common turkey did become a popular centerpiece for these occasions. But the so-called first Thanksgiving was largely forgotten about until the 19th century, when various local traditions inspired the idea of a national celebration. For more than 30 years, a writer named Sarah Josepha Hale advocated for Thanksgiving to become an official U.S. holiday. Her efforts finally succeeded in 1863 when Abraham Lincoln issued a presidential proclamation. Only then did people begin to think of Thanksgiving as a uniquely American observance. The story of the Pilgrims became closely connected to the holiday, as did, well, the turkey. Even if they weren't served at the first Thanksgiving, turkeys were mentioned in Pilgrims' journals. And at least one founding father was fond of them. Benjamin Franklin touted the turkey as a respectable bird and a true original native of America.
I love it. So, this holiday season, as you know, because you know as well as I do, once Thanksgiving's over, it's the big kickoff for the holiday season, right? Christmas is just around the corner. I think we should focus more on connection. Let's push politics aside. And although there's a physical display of the holiday, like the turkey, like all the food, like all of the harvest, we shouldn't forget that the original meaning of Thanksgiving is gratitude, right? It's not about consumption. It's about gratitude. Early Thanksgiving in American colonies were not about feasting. They were marked by prayer. They were marked by reflection. And fasting followed by simple food was part of the tradition. Thankfulness for the weather conditions like rain, thankfulness for being able to harvest, thankfulness for protection, thankfulness for peace. It was deeply tied to the idea that blessings come from God, not from government or circumstances. So Thanksgiving became official through three major steps. George Washington, 1789, declared the first National Day of Thanks. After the Revolution, Abraham Lincoln in 1863 made it an annual national holiday during the Civil War, believing America needed unity, healing, and moral grounding. And FDR in 41 set the permanent date as the fourth Tuesday in November. So Lincoln's proclamation is especially significant. He called the nation to gratitude despite hardship, not because life was easy. Now, traditions and food have evolved over time, and what Americans now consider traditional is turkey, stuffing, pumpkin pie, parades, and it's a mix, really. And football has become part of the tradition of Thanksgiving as well. But the modern meaning still remains the same and should, and it's about gratitude, it's about family, and it's about reflection. And I think because we're in such a strange place, right now, that it would do us all good to kind of focus on gratitude in the way that we don't have to belong to this group or that group, that we really need a return to critical thinking, really how I'm going to be thinking a lot about what we talked about today and being on duty. And you can't go wrong if you're just, expressing the truth. And that doesn't mean you need to be, adversarial at your Thanksgiving dinner or anything like that. Like I said at the top of the show, I think we're in a different space now. I don't feel like fighting anymore. I definitely don't feel like arguing. I don't feel like, I just have a quiet calmness about me that I think a lot of people are starting to feel. It's like, what's going on. Where your line in the sand is. And that you need to be on duty. And I feel grateful that I got the call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I've talked to so many of you who, talked about the COVID shot and how you didn't take it. It's like everybody loves to tell me, I didn't take the shot. Like, yes, congratulations. But we talk about it like I got the call. And the call, of course, came from God. It's not for you. So I guess this Thanksgiving time, I would say, are you going to be on duty? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.